All right, this Hangout on Air is live. It's Alicia Stringer here, always empowering success dreams. And today is May 5th, 2015. And we're going to be talking about on this millionaire mindset is how to have consistency in a millionaire mindset. I think we need to discuss this more when it seems more like a challenge. I'm out here in the middle of Nashville, and so if you guys are listening in, be sure to shout out where you are from. I love to see people all over the world come join us on this Millionaire Mindset Hangout. And if you can hear me, I'm not sure sometimes if my mic's working. I see the little green light go on, so hopefully it is. But since I'm by myself, I wanted to make sure that those that are listening in can hear me. We're going to have Keisha come out here shortly, and I'm not sure where Valerie is. She got hurt at the event with her wrist and has really been taken down health-wise, getting that back up. So be praying for her, and as well as Greta is diving down on balancing her kids and taxes and everything going to be doing, but I know she'll be listening in here soon. Wish she could be out here as well. So when we're talking about being consistent, I think just having this mindset, joining us weekly, has enabled me to figure out a way to be consistent and keep everybody rolling and keep us moving to the right directions. We're going to get some epic speakers come out here very shortly, and I want to share with you a little bit about why we kind of put together the Millionaire Mindset. Basically, we put it together to help us with our whys, to help us always reach toward that new level of mindset training to keep us consistent on our true focus. Because a lot of people have that mindset to become millionaires, to become a millionaire ring, and it's just like a bigger level that you want to try to reach. And so I see us trying to working on interviewing different leaders. If you see our leaders, make sure you join on our fan page. We sometimes post some hangouts from the past. In fact, I was listening to some this last weekend, and some of the speakers that came out and shared us their shift in their business of what was it in their mindset that enabled them to shift and just explode their business in a way and obviously impacted their lives. And so you can hear from past people that have been interviewed and what happened that enabled that, millionaire mindset. So it's very helpful to interview and get people's insights, their stories of what made it tick to reach that millionaire mindset. So I love interviewing, getting different people. So if you have anybody you recommend, make sure you contact us, comment below of who you would like to see out here that would help you reach that millionaire mindset. And so today we're going to get some tips and dive down into some training and what will keep you consistent. When I look back on my life and finding what keeps me consistent, keeps going, it really dives down to what I was just talking about, is the true why, and finding that nothing is going to stop me just to keep going on why I'm doing this. And finding that why always seems to you kind of do this affirmation that makes you think deeper into the why. It always keeps getting bigger because my why is just simply doing this and making sure I'm being able to provide for my daughter and my family. And that always seems to come first in so many people's lives that want to help their families. And then you look at bigger teams. How can I help my team get to that next level? And learning that from different mentors on how they're helping other teams helps it become better and being more consistent. What are they doing that enables them to have, that bigger mindset, that bigger action that helps so many more people? And then you see diving into the teams, and then what are they doing maybe collectively, or what are they doing to help better the community, help better more people outside of just their team who's connected to them, and help more people. And I think seeing that in action is heartwarming and touching in a way that you get an example of what they're doing and knowing that you can do the same. It can be really simple, and it's a way that I think it inspires us and touches us in a way that gravitates to them, and in a way I want to see what they're going to do next. If they just did that, imagine what's coming next. And so there's a team inside of Empower. I think Silvio came out one time and really shared, what he's been able to do with his team and how they are able to manage that and collectively put that up to, feed some of the hunger in Africa or wherever they go, and being able to help more people collectively and in a full purpose. So if you have a full purpose that you want to help maybe an organization, or what is your passion and what is your why to help more people out there, and maybe it might simply just be the church you go to. Maybe it might be there's a family in town that you really want to help out, and keeping that in focus. I think always having that why in there will help you understand why you're doing this, to be consistent, and what you're doing is always reaching that bigger purpose. And so I think that's my perspective of reaching that bigger millionaire mindset out there, to always reach for something bigger. And so excellent, we have Keisha coming on here. How are you doing, Keisha? Can you hear me?
Hello. I can hear you. Can you hear me okay?
Yes, a little broken up, but you're coming in.
Okay, yeah, it seems like it's a little delay there.
Well, I was just sharing it with everybody. That's our why. And so share with us your why, and joining us in the millionaire mindset here.
Sure. My why is my children, but it's a little bit deeper than that. Initially, I said my why is my children, but when I had the opportunity to do the well-formed outcome, I realized my why has to do with the love and the acceptance from my children. Not just my children. Yes, I do it all for my children, but I want my children to be able to respect me and love me, and really appreciate the sacrifices that I'm making for them with the choice that I've made to become an entrepreneur. So that's what it is. So when I know that they can really accept, love, honor, and appreciate it, because it's different. They're used to their mom being an accountant, leaving out every day, 9 to 5, having that consistent paycheck. But now that, when you become an entrepreneur, from, initially, the dollars are not going to be rolling in right away. You have success, but has to be more consistent and on a consistent basis. And so as I'm building this dream that I have, I had the opportunity to do the loving mirror with one of my children, and she expressed to me that she really does appreciate me and everything that I'm teaching her and showing her and being a model for her, knowing that it doesn't have to be the status quo or what society says it has to be, that you can determine what your life will be and that you can live your dreams. So that just really touched my heart and let me know that I'm on the right path and I'm doing the right thing, and to know that my children love and appreciate me for what I'm doing for them.
Powerful. That was just what I was sharing as well. I said it goes beyond sometimes just our family, because that has to come first, but it comes beyond what they can give as well, and then to teams, and then the community, and what you really seem to come really full circle. I feel bad because there's different things that inspires you to reach beyond just your grab and reach of what you're enabled to do. So I thought that was the first thing that we would discuss was what enables us to be consistent is keeping that why in focus. And if we don't really have that focus and why right there, we know that that's going to keep driving us, like nothing else we do will come in place. You can do it, but you're going to be like a robot in it. And because you have to find that why and that passion that's going to come out to keep you consistent, to keep your mind focused in the right direction, keep your mind focused in the right priorities that you know you can keep in there. So after we've got our why, it's all focused, we've got our pretty picture, we got our vision of what that seems like, we can put that with, as I think David explains, you need to put that with a symbol or something to always keep in fact. What are the things that else that you can do that keeps you on a consistent mindset, millionaire mindset that you do regularly, Keisha?
Well, what I do regularly and what I committed to during the last event that I attended is to stay out of the media. So cleanse myself of media. But in addition to that, I haven't been watching TV for a very long time. Sometimes I do catch up on some shows with my family, like on Sundays. That's what I used to do. But the last event, which ended on the 29th or 30th, I decided that for this next 30 days, I wouldn't watch any television at all. So no catching up on TV shows that I like, and filling my mind with things that will help me to stay consistent with my millionaire mindset, which are books. They're books. So reading 30 minutes a day and listening to audio. I committed to listening to Inner Circle, our Inner Circle product daily. I have some saved on my computer already, and just making sure that I stay up to date with any Inner Circle content that comes out, because it's always phenomenal information, and you really want to stay up to date with what's going on in our industry, in anything that I'm doing. So I just make sure I keep the personal development, self-improvement and personal development, and stay connected to people that will add to me being a better person, a better leader, a better mother. So make sure I remove myself from people that are pulling and draining me, and just make sure I'm surrounded around people that add to my life, and that we can add to each other's life, that we're benefiting each other, and it's a reciprocal effect, that we're a mutual benefit that we both have, that we all have.
Very true. When I was first starting, I didn't really apply this, or really didn't understand it, of putting that into my life. You know, I was reading the Bible weekly, you know, going to church, and thought maybe that was just enough. And little did I know, when I got into these inner circles, that it impacted a way that you start to speak differently, you start to think differently, and it's a way not to change your belief or who you are. It's a way that gives you more confidence, it gives you more posture, and a way that you are able to be more of an influence to others. And there's many different inner circle audios that will enable people that I've given to my team, and they have really stepped it up to new levels. And it's beyond my achievement, going, wow, you listen to the Inner Circle audio and applied it, and it works. And there's an Inner Circle that we've been recommended to listen to daily for the next 30 days. So of course I stepped it up to the new level of listening to it twice a day, in the morning and night. And then I'm going to transcribe it and try to read it back in my own voice. And that is just like a huge challenge for me.
That's awesome. That's amazing. I think I did see that twice a day.
So that's a huge challenge, going, how can you kind of 10x it on new levels? And that's 10xing it. I think I've made it so far through a little over 5 minutes of transcribing it so far, but I've listened to it twice a day, and there's already many different insights. I think I was like going, I have to listen to this again because there's something in this I can't pick out that's just stopping me from not saying that this works or something. So it does take a repetitive motion, put it on your schedule at, midnight when I go to sleep. This is playing. Or actually what I've been doing is setting my alarm a little earlier and saying at 5:50 the play button is going to be pushed on. So that's like your alarm. My alarm still goes off because it's kind of like I'm slowly waking up and hearing it. Well, I'm like, dang. So I had lined just enough time before I'm like, I have to get up to make things happen to listen to the audio. Right?
That's awesome, Alicia. And you reminded me of a couple things. Bob Proctor, and we shared that on another hangout, which repetition is so important. So you repeating these things daily will really, really impact your life in a major way. And also, it reminded me of when we were together after the last event. Alicia went out and she went to a separate mastermind because we're separate, organizations. And when she came in, she put the meditation music on, and that's another thing that helps us, right? Stay consistent. Meditating. I've learned through this circle, through my learnings with the organization that we're both involved in, is that from my readings actually, that before you go to bed, like Alicia says, and when you wake up in the morning is the best time to read and fill your mind with concepts, because your mind will receive it better. The REM, all of that works better right before you go to bed and right after you wake up. So I know I normally read the Bible early in the morning. It's either you see me posting stuff at 3 a.m. before I go to bed or early in the morning when I'm waking up, because I just feel like I can receive it. I feel better when I'm going to bed. I get my mind set and straight, reading the Bible or reading the books that I'm reading at the certain time. And Alicia, I wanted you to share that audio. The name of the audio alone is so powerful. Can you share the name of the audio that's been recommended for us to read? Hopefully, some of our viewers out there will connect with us, click the button, and get that audio and start listening to that audio if they want to transform their life.
Yes, this is a powerful audio. It's called How to Speak the World into Existence and Force It to Confirm the Power of Your Will. This audio needs to be listened to for 21 days if anyone is struggling with belief and attitude issues. So this is definitely one that talks about people that has never made more than $5,000 to a month to generate $18,000 to generate $25,000 and gone up to create $1 million. And more plus, so it's definitely shares that as process, and you want to know what they did, what made that shift happen inside. So there's so many different little insights that shared inside this audio that you should grab a hold of.
And although we've shared on our hangout the millionaire leaders, we share people in the 5-6 figure income, ourselves, our teams that we're growing as well. We want to let you know that income does vary and results will vary, and that we want you to look at our income disclosure, which is the link below. If you have any questions, and that's www. Do we want to share that on here? empowernetwork.com/income.php to get the full disclosure of the average income. And it's real time, guys. So it lets you know, because we have people that's reaching that next $1 million mark within the next month or so. I would say within this month, wouldn't you, Alicia?
Days, hours, you just never know.
So that's why we're sharing this information, because we want you to stay on course with your millionaire mindset so that you can reach the goals. Maybe you don't have $1 million goal. Maybe your million is $5,000 a month. Maybe that's your million. And once you reach that, and once you believe that you can reach that goal, then you can step it up to the next goal. My goal is $15,000 a month. So, and I went through a process. I don't know if we have access to the system that tells you there's some questions you need to answer. And once you answer those questions, it tells you for the lifestyle that you would like to live or that you're comfortable with living, how much you need to generate monthly to acquire that lifestyle. You know, a lot of people talk a good game. They want this, or they talk about what they want, but they're not really willing to take the action steps to do it. And sometimes it starts with making the decision, and that decision could be pressing the button below and joining and linking up with us to get the information and the knowledge that we have acquired so that we can be one of those next millionaires. Wouldn't you agree, Alicia?
Yes, it's powerful to really enlighten yourself and to ask you questions about, you know, what you like and what you love to do and what kind of income that it takes. Because I mean, everything in life takes money, and you have to have it in order to survive. Open your mind. About just training to become so much more powerful on the way you're going to take consistent action steps. What we want to help you guys with today is how you can take action steps to keep that millionaire mindset. Because the mind is so sensitive on how you think, control that, and the action steps that you take to get there. So the next step, we've talked about our why, and we've talked about the mindset training, but I want to discuss more, I guess, of routine. And I think being a teacher, I just gravitate to routine. There is like a book on routine with kids and stuff. And it seems like we've talked a little bit about it, like morning and night, we do it on routine. But how do we do that throughout when things come at you that is like either out of your routine or something happens to you, like a big event or something? How do you get back to a routine or something that seems like whenever I say routine, it equals consistency? So I thought maybe you might have some insights of what works for you and your routine and stuff, Keisha, to help you keep the millionaire mindset.
Well, that's a great suggestion, having a routine. I have the Google Planner that I use, and I want to suggest that you sometimes review it, because like Alicia said, there's going to be things that come up. And as parents and as mothers, and I'm a single mother, we're both single mothers, there's always something that will come up that we're going to have to take care as single moms. And so I always make sure to update my calendar with different events. I try to plug as much as possible into my calendar, you know, personal as well as business, so that my day is realistic. We can't say, okay, well, I want to do 3 hours of training, because we have awesome training that will help us with our millionaire mindset. But if I know I have to do various items within the day, it's not going to be possible that I'm going to be able to do 3 hours of training, at least maybe not at one time. So I use the Google Calendar, and I put as much as possible in there regarding my children's appointments, my appointments, my trainings that I want to do, any events like our weekly hangouts, our daily Superwoman calls. All of that goes on my Google Hangout. And a lot of people, they don't even use it. And it was through our Superwoman connection, which trained on how to use that, how to get it started, and start being more consistent with Google Hangout. I don't really do or write out the task as much, but I do use my phone, and I put it in there. I use, it's called, it starts with an S. I can't think of it right now. That's where I write my to-do list. I'm not physically writing out by hand, but I put it in there so that I can stay on track. It's an S memo. I use an S memo, and you can write out, I don't know if you can see it, but you can write whatever you want on your S memo. You can even add S memos to your Google Calendar. And my phone links with my Google Calendar. So I get notifications, reminders on my phone. I can set it up to give me an email, because as internet marketers, we're online on our computers most of the time, and it can send me an email saying, "Oh, Keisha, you need to do X, Y, Z now. You need to blog now. You need to market. You need to syndicate your blog." I put all of that on my calendar. So I don't know if that's helpful, what you're looking for, but that's what I use to help me keeping on my routine, and I adjust it as much as possible.
Excellent. Those are great tips. I used to use the Google Calendar a lot as well, because you can set it for notifications 10 minutes before you got to do this, and it'll ding at you, and several things like that. And then it seems like I was spending a lot of time just scheduling stuff. And then I was just like, this is too much scheduling stuff, because I was like, okay, I got to schedule out my blogs. I want to schedule out my fan page. I want to schedule out my YouTube videos. I'm going to schedule out different RSS feeds. I wanted to make sure I had content in there and stuff. So I wanted to just put all my big brainstorm stuff together. So I am totally a handwriter. So there's like my big brainstorm. I said, forget this. I usually write it on a notepad. I was like, I have to see the big plan. So this was my big thing. I was like, okay, I got blog, YouTube, Instagram, just all your to-do list. The mom is like all strutted out. So I have like this big master plan. And then I think I take it to the next level. Okay, at this time, I'm going to schedule out. This time I'm going to work on this blog. When you have multiple things going on, and what needs to be focused. And then the only time I schedule stuff out is the places I gotta be. So I gotta be at a meetup group tonight, which is always fun with the ladies. So those kind of events go on my Google Calendar, of places I gotta be, or appointments for my daughter. So then I can see the clear calendar going, okay, this is my work hour, and this is when I'm going to schedule stuff out and just hustle as fast as I can, getting content out there, scheduling things, and making sure, my traffic is focused. If I'm researching, this is my research hour that I need to make sure I'm preparing or setting up websites or whatever. So I have this big block of time. Oh, and another thing, if I'm doing a hangout, that's not usually on my regular schedule. So that's why this hangout has been so consistent, helpful for me, because we come here every week at the same hour. We're just expected to provide tons of value for our listeners to help everybody be consistent. If there's a hangout that you can come regularly and listen to that empowers you, going, I'm getting some nuggets from here that I know I can take and apply, and listening from the tech side world to the off side, I'm handwriting, whatever works for you as far as routine, because I have like that routine of maybe a daily practice. I go and get my daughter off to school, maybe wake up listening to the Inner Circle, get my daughter off to school, and then work out and shower and meditate, and then play piano for an hour, get to work, So you have, maybe that major schedule throughout the day, and you can see if we have a consistent basis of, what you're going to do. And like Keisha says, it's so helpful to readjust and test. Did this week work for this routine schedule? Did I get out there what I expected of getting everything done? Because when I handwrite stuff, then I think, oh, dang it, I didn't get to this. How can I bump something, eliminate something to make sure that this priority gets more done? And I think so many people get overwhelmed by huge lists or brainstorm. How can you narrow it down? And I've had to just going, okay, I'm going to pick one thing today that I'm going to make sure that if I do this, this will help me accomplish today. So if you write down one thing, I know this has helped my team. Write down one thing you did today that you're going to accomplish, and then it will set out, if I accomplish this one thing, I know I can do so much more. So it kind of pushes you to the next level of what you can, be able to test yourself. And I think that's so powerful. You don't want to always look at the competition around you. You want to look at yourself as being the competition and always test your own limits of what you can do to keep increasing yourself and keeping your focus on, especially to that millionaire mindset. So, Keisha, you have questions? I'm trying to soak it all in here.
No, I wasn't sure if maybe we wanted to pose that question out to our viewers, and if you could just share with us in the chat if you're watching this. Hopefully, if you're watching it live, we can report back what you shared. Or if you're watching the recording, let us know. We go back and we check our comments. Let us know maybe 1 or 2 things that you do to get your routine together. Maybe something you use, if there's a tool that you use, a resource that you can suggest to our viewers, or something that you can share with us, because I like to learn, and I know I don't know everything. I'm always learning and growing. So share with us what you use, a suggestion you might have on how you stay and stick to your routine.
Oh yeah, there are some excellent apps out there. There's tons of to-do lists. There's like an app that makes everything go together, that if then this, and you press one thing, it'll go forever. There's like photo apps, there's to-do lists, there's lists. I mean, you can do tons of things with that app. And so some people that are technic savvy going, I'm going to figure this out. I'm going to make my day, when I take a picture, it's going to automatically go into my Dropbox, you know, and then it's going to be on my computer, and I can save it all in a folder and put it on my external drive and delete everything off my phone. You know, so I could be, you know, just making things more efficient in your life all the time always helps us clear more space to keep that millionaire mindset focused. And now I have more time to read. I have more time to focus on that book and finish it, because our goal is to, you know, read more, be more impactful. And I think when you hear different leaders come out, they're always reading something. So bring it back to reading. How do you put that in your day, Keisha? And what do you think the next book should be that we should focus on?
I think, did we decide the next book?
Yeah, go ahead and announce it if you agree on that one.
I don't know if I have it in front of me. I know it's the Gary book, right, Gary? But I don't know how to pronounce his last name. Vaynerchuk. His book. Can you give him the title, Alicia?
Crush it. Let's crush it.
Crush it. Let's crush it. Let's crush it to millionaire status.
That's right. Have you read this book?
I haven't actually until you put it in the chat from our survey that we had. I didn't know, because I don't think that was initially on our list, was it?
I don't think so. Was that one? I was kind of looking through and figuring out.
Was that one that was suggested from one of our viewers that did the survey?
Probably so. I was just trying to look through the books.
Awesome. And so listen, we like to listen to you guys. This is a interactive thing here. You guys suggested the book. We're going to do the book. I've been enjoying the books that we've been doing, and I know he's a really passionate speaker. I know he speaks with so much conviction, and I know that book will be powerful. So guys, we're into the second quarter of the year. I'm an accountant, so I look at things in quarters. And you know, if you didn't achieve the goals that you wanted in your first quarter, it's time to make some adjustments. It's time to do things differently, guys. And it's time to make some decisions on how your year is going to end exactly the way you want it to. And so I hope that we're a part of that equation, and that you will continue to be with us every week at Tuesday. And listen, you don't even have to wait for the weekly hangouts. You can click the link below. Maybe someone shared this link with you and said, listen, check out the Millionaire Mindset Hangout. If they sent you to this link, you click that link, you're going to get connected to them as well, okay? And then this way they can direct you with the next steps to do. Alicia, did you want to share anything else?
I want to recommend people, you know, get this book, Amazon, whatever, Google it. maybe we'll find some references, find somebody to read Crush It by Gary Vaynerchuk. I think you probably could pick it up at the library. Who knows? So access this book. Sometimes it takes me about a week to find it, and then start diving through the book. And in the beginning of June, we will go out and discuss it, and we'll review it, bring back some mindsets. So that first week in June, let's come back together and discuss the book of Crush It and how it has impacted you. What did you do to apply what you learned inside this book? I think is more powerful, because we've read some books before, maybe you've listened to them. There might be an audio. I love audios. So I'm really looking for audios for it. And the way that it's impacts you. So just like you're listening to audios like the Inner Circle, do that to your books as well. And that helps you read the books, understand the books, and maybe even get a different tonality than what you got out from the book. Because I was reading some books, and then there was this author that was just really boring when they read, and it was really hard to read or listen to. And then I read the book, I was like, I can get through this so much faster. Right. So it all depends on all that. But I think this one will be very powerful, and we'll have some guest speakers come out on different hangouts. So make sure you are subscribed to whoever gives you this link. Stay updated. Just come back here every week and get the insights. It's the same link every week, so you can make sure you're up to date. You're increasing your millionaire mindset. You're surrounding yourself with like-minded people who are going to help you get to that next level. So I think we covered a wealth of stuff today, Keisha. We covered, our why and how we can keep taking that to new levels. We talked about consistency and our routine and what helps that. And it seems like there was something else.
I did want to share that one of our viewers, Nadia, she says, thank you, Alicia and Keisha, for an amazing hangout. And Nadia, thank you so much for joining us. It was awesome meeting you in Nashville. And I hope you got some valuable information that you can start applying today to help you reach your millionaire mindset.
Yes, we're going to have more opportunities to get some more people involved. And so if you're part of our team, don't forget you can use your ID that you want to help promote, give your team to it, and help share it out there. So come share the value, use the !ID equals, and use your ID to help people see the value in this community and how you can get involved of keeping that millionaire mindset focus for you guys. Thanks, guys. Click the link below, join our community. I'll see you in the next week.
Peace and God bless.